Welcome back to BSR TV. It is round 25 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship presented by Engine Oils Direct. My name is Andrew Woodhouse. We're at Brands Hatch for tonight's 3 rounds, and Adam Bath joins me. And Adam, this should be fast, fun and frenetic.
Yes, it sure will be, Andrew. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Brands Hatch. Last week we were at Silverstone, a fast circuit with really quick corners. Now we are at Brands Hatch with super demanding corners like Paddock Hill, Druids, Graham Hill Bend and Clearways. It's going to be a pretty frantic, short, quick 3 races tonight, and I can't wait for it, Andrew.
Indeed, it should be terrific stuff. Wojciech Suridovic leads the championship. He still does, by 77 points over Stefan Hoog. Jamie Rushworth is in 3rd, so it's the status quo remains from last week. Then there's a huge gap of over 400 points back to Simon Field in 4th place, so it's very much best of the rest with those guys. Russell Laidler in 5th, Graham Carroll 6th, Linus Brostrom 7th, Daniel Kraft 8th, Ashley Sutton 9th. I think he could still be the favourite for 4th position in the end, and Jeroen Kaiser for Timo in 10th. Adam, can you take us through today's grid? I believe our championship leader has the pole position.
Yes, you're right. Wojciech Suridovic is on pole position again, and alongside him is not his championship rival Stefan Hoog, but 3rd place in the championship Jamie Rushworth, and the top 2 separated by less than a tenth of a second. 3rd place was Stefan Hoog with Ashley Sutton lining up alongside him on row 2. Then in 5th place it's David Baker and 6th Dan Kraft. 7th Simon Field, 8th Ben Palmer, another good showing there by Ben. 9th Laura Bond, and in 10th place is Richard Wild. And moving into the lower half of the top 20, in 11th it's Jeroen Kaiser, 12th Russell Laidler, 13th Dan Hunt, 14th the Pro-Am leader Ben Gregory, 15th Julian Janowski, 16th Peter Newman, 17th Robert Plumley, 18th Linus Bostrom, 19th Tim Mawson, and in 20th place is Nick McCarron. So the top 3 in the championship starting in 1, 2, 3, but not in the right order though.
No, indeed, and Wojciech Suridovic is going to have the fight of his life on his hands tonight in order to maintain that championship lead. Now, what was Adam? I didn't catch that from production.
We're looking at the standings in the ES Trophy. Now, this championship may not be as tight as at the top, but 101 points separate Ben Gregory from Aaron Gearing. And with Ben Gregory starting in 14th place, Aaron Gearing's got quite a bit of work to do to close him down.
Yeah, it's definitely not over in the ES Trophy. Ben Gregory's been excellent all season in that. Adam, a little bit about the track. You know, where are we going to see most of these overtaking moves being made, if any? It's going to be very difficult to pass here.
I think the main overtaking spot will be into Druids, and on these first few laps the main place we're going to be seeing the action is out of Druids Bend. The last few seasons we've been seeing massive contact going down into Graham Hill Bend with everyone trying to slot into that very tight line, so that is the spot to watch out for. In the team standings it's all about Team O. They've got around about a 600 point lead over Elite 220 and CQR, so that championship is pretty much wrapped up.
Yeah, indeed, they've had a terrific season so far, but it'll be up to the rest to fight for the minor placings. Who's your tip for this race, Adam? Is Suridovic gonna maintain that pole position? Is he going to turn that into victory, or is somebody else going to fight their way to the front?
Well, he won race 1 last season, however that was after an epic battle with Ade Koba Lopez, so hopefully if he keeps his nose clean he should be able to take this first race. And watch out for Jamie Rushworth as well, my usual tip for the race. Hopefully we won't see him have any troubles like we saw in the last few races as we're getting ready for the start.
We are indeed. And I can't wait for this one. Brands Hatch. Is green for the BSRTC. A terrific start by Suridovic off the front row. He wasn't the best one by Rushworth. Stefan Hoog is going to be alongside him as they go into Paddock Hill for the first time, and there's a bit of contact there, big one. Went 2 of the Engine Oil Direct cars off one of the CQR cars in the gravel. Oh, massive crash with one of the Peter Newman media cars. It is Pete Newman himself. Big crash, and it was all with, I think it was Suridovic and one of the Engine Oil Direct cars. Ashley Sutton goes off the track and Stefan Hoog goes through into 3rd place, but meanwhile there's a challenge for the lead, Adam.
Yeah, Jamie Rushworth down the inside of Savidovic. The two championship contenders are nearly taking each other out as we head into clearways for the first time. This is where you need to keep your nose clean and settle into a good rhythm, as it is important here at the Brands Hatch Indy circuit. As we head down the straight for the first time, it's Wojciech Savidovic is going to take the lead across the line, but surely Jamie Rushworth is all over him trying to get the lead.
Yeah, very, very close as we go down Paddock Hill again. Savidovic very sideways, and we can see if Rushworth can get the run on him. As Savidovic dips two wheels into the gravel through Paddock Hill, and it looks like he's got to understeer through Druids, and Rushworth much tighter through the apex of that corner, down towards Graham Hill Bend there. For the second time, bit of contact I think between Sutton and Hoog as Sutton tries to force his way through on the Swiss.
And Sutton going down the inside there. Will he get the move done? That's going to be tight. And he does, but they both go off across the grass. But it's in position either way for Ashley Sutton. But no, I think he might have a penalty of some sort, but he's let Stefan Hoog through.
Well, he's got a bit of damage on that CQR machine. We'll keep an eye on that. He slots in right in front of his teammate Russell Laidler, who might even have a go at Sutton as we go into Paddock Hill again. So you know if that's going to be the case. Now Sutton's in trouble, Adam.
Yeah, he's currently down in 8th position. I was about to say that the top 4 of them are breaking away from the rest of them. Dan Crafts has just set the fastest lap of the race, and there was a bit of contact there, Andrew.
There was indeed. And we're going to see a lot of that today as they're running very wide through Graham Hill. You can use that sort of grass creek type area on the outside. I wonder if we have a replay of the start. It looked like it was actually Hoog. It was Hoog and Kraft, was it, that came to grief?
I think it might have been. It was definitely one of the Engine or Direct cars. And as we come around to complete lap number 3, the order is Savidovic, Rushworth, Hoog, Baker in 4th, Kraft in 5th, then it's Laidler, Palmer, Kaiser, Laura Bond in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Dan Hunt. And Ashley Sutton, he has definitely dropped down the order, Andrew. He's currently showing in around about 16th place. So
yes, he came over the line 17th. I wonder if he's got damage that maybe we didn't see from going across the grass. It was David Baker, wasn't it? I think they got together with Daniel Kraft through Paddock Hill, wasn't it? Yeah, I mistakenly said it was Stefan Hoog. It was David Baker, but whatever it was, it created an almighty shuffle. And this race is a little bit spread out, maybe more so than we thought at this time.
Yeah, we were going on about how well Peter Newman was doing over the last few race meetings, but he's now currently showing down in 32nd place and is in the pits as well. So not a good start for Pete Newman and his team that are currently languishing down the order in the Teams Championship. At the end of the last lap, the gap between Wojciech Savidovic and Jamie Rushworth just over half a second. So Rushworth keeping the championship leader in his sights. They're lapping exactly the same lap times. Hoog, though, is lapping just a tenth quicker, so he could start to close in on these two.
Yeah, I mean, there's 27 laps, so there is still time for Stefan Hoog, but that brush with Ashley Sutton definitely slowed him down a little bit. But let's have a look. See, Ben Palmer actually for Laser Tools, 7th place at the moment, so excellent from him. We were commenting with him last week about how well he did in the last meeting, and now showing that good form again.
Yeah, and he puts it down to a change of team. He moved from Pete Newman Media to Laser Tools, and ever since then he says he's been performing better. And also we were talking about the ES Trophy before the race started. Ben Gregory must have got involved in that first corner collision because he's down in 20th place, and his ES Trophy rival Aaron Gearing is up in 17th place. So it's not at the top of the pack, but Aaron Gearing will definitely be taking points away from Ben Gregory here. Yeah,
Gregory's in the pits actually, Adam, so he'll have to be careful, because if he goes 2 laps down he won't get any points at all, so he's going to have to come out of the pits fairly soon, I would have said, in order to get some points on the board. So we'll keep an eye on that. In fact, the leaders are coming through now, so he will go 2 laps down.
Yeah, we're now looking at the battle for P8 between Jerome Kaiser, Laura Bond, Dan Hunt and Julian Janowski. Those are the cars there as they come across the line. Kaiser in the orange Team O car, then in 9th it's Laura Bond in the black and green Elite 220 car, and she's got a Dan Hunt in the DEG car for company as we head through Paddock Hill.
Look at that for a battle pack. Kaiser, Bond, Hunt, Janowski, Wild, Sutton, McCarran, Plumley, Brostrom. Could end really badly. He's got the potential to, but know that these guys are skilled racers, and we'll see exactly how well they can do. We're having a look at Ellis Stevens starting from the back. He's now unfortunately out of the race, so didn't work well for him. I think that crash with Newman probably, I would have thought, caught him out there.
Yeah, he was already at the back of the grid after having a back of the grid penalty at Silverstone for those many collisions in race 3. Ashley Sutton, he seems to have worked around that problem that he has on the opening lap, because he's now shaping up the DEG card, trying to go around the outside of Richard Wild into paddock hill. Tries to get the cut back
there a little bit.
He's looking not to get a slowdown, and look at that, he's got great momentum, trying to go around the outside of Wild into Drews. There's surely not enough grip out there to get the move done, and surely he slots back into 13th place.
You can have a look into Graham Hill Bend, but it's very difficult to overtake through there. His best bet is going to be here if he gets a good drive, and he has, out of there into that chicane at what is Surtees. He's a bit of lag contact there. I think Wild's connection was giving him some trouble, and Ashley touched him. I don't think there was a lot in that, but Wild goes down the order a couple of places.
Yeah, there was just the slightest bit of contact there between the two of them, and it meant that Wild was off across the grass.
Now he's fighting with Plumley.
Another CQR car then as we head through Paddock Hill Bend, and Plumley has got past Wild, so Wild down to 15th place. Let's see if Wild can fight his way back up though into Drews. He just needs to get his rhythm back, and then he'll be able to try and get past the CQR car, which he seems to be doing now.
In front of Richard Wild's car, not looking too clever at the moment. Understandably really, but he's going to have that battle with Plumley. If he can just stay on the back of this pack though, this pack is headed still by Jeroen Kaiser, so Kaiser looks to be holding these guys up now.
Yes, you're right. Laura Bond trying to shape up the Team O car now as we come across the line. That pack is definitely closing up. Is that Sutton trying to get past down the inside of one of the Lugnuts cars going into Paddock Hill, and Laura Bond is coming under increasing pressure from 10th place Dan Hunt.
Sutton very wide into the gravel through Paddock Hill.
Yeah, and I was just about to say the DG cars
so wide that him and Dan Hunt almost could have been deemed to have been getting an advantage there. They almost gained some time.
Yeah, sure. Look, that was another good showing there for DEG Racing. They got two of their cars
Sutton
there.
Again, Sutton on Dan Hunt. Sorry, Adam. Sorry to interrupt, mate.
No, it's fine. It's just Ashley Sutton. I thought he was going to try and do that move down the inside of Wild. Laura Bond trying to look down the inside of Kaiser. This battle pack is definitely heating up, and we've still got 16 laps to go here in this opening race. Sutton is in the tow now of Dan Hunt. Dan Hunt defends the inside line. Well, look at Sutton moving about this way, and that's going into Paddock Hill Bend. I'm surprised why he didn't run into back. But Dan Hunt goes wide, and that allows Sutton through into the top 10.
Sutton very deep on the brakes, and he made that one work into Paddock Hill. So Laura Bond the next target, and then Jeroen Kaiser. If Sutton can get past these guys, then they've got a good chance at Palmer, maybe even at Laidler. There's a lot of laps still to go.
Yeah, 27 lap race, and we've only just completed 10 of them, so 17 laps to go. Jeroen Kaiser still remains in 8th place. Sutton is definitely moving back up through the order. He did start in 4th, had a bit of contact in the opening laps with Stefan Hug, and that's now put him back in this 10th position. He's got a bit of ground to catch up on Laura Bond. I say a bit of ground, about half a second as we come across the line. But then again, those fine margins in touring cars as we come into Paddock Hill. 16 laps to go. Kaiser still maintaining a good line, driving his race, not getting distracted by the amount of cars that are now queuing up behind him.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do on this Brands Hatch Indy circuit. It's very much if you drive well, you don't make any mistakes, then nobody's going to pass you here. It's going to be one of those where they have to force a move, and that's always risky. Look at this train of cars now going down towards Clearways. Adam, just a quick one as well. The leaders, it's Vidovic, Rushworth, and Hug might be soon coming across some lap traffic at some point in this race.
Yeah, they're just going through Paddock Hill Bend now, and the first lap car they're about to get to is, I believe, Colin Steele, who is one of Savidovic's teammates, so he should hopefully move
Sutton going
past
for
the
the
way.
inside of Laura Bond, who goes wide, but she's going to try the cut back through Paddock Hill. She might actually get some joy. As they go towards Druids, I think she gave herself a bit too much to do there. Went a little bit too wide into Paddock Hill Bend.
Yeah, so now Sutton is up into 9th place, and surely he won't waste any time trying to get past Jeroen Kaiser. I hope Kaiser's looking in his mirrors, because Ashley Sutton has got a big reputation this season for being a really physical racer. As we head through the Indy part of the circuit and up to Clearways, he's definitely shaping up the Team O car. Hopefully they'll be able to get past cleanly as we head down the front straight.
Janowski, McCarran and Plumley very nearly running into each other as well. So this pack, the big pack, split into 3 little ones. Sutton going for the inside.
Yes, he does. Will Kaiser be able to get the cut back? I think he might be able to this time. No, Sutton firmly closes the door. In the team
slams it.
Definitely there as he heads into Druids. Sutton now up into 8th place. It's going to be interesting to see now if he can pull away from the rest of those guys and catch up with Ben Palmer and Russell Laidler.
Look how much ground he's gained already. It's almost a second in front of Kaiser and he's just overtaken him. Shows Ashley Sutton how quick he's being around this Brands Hatch Indy circuit. He's obviously got that CQR car under terrific control. The front end's going in nicely. Somebody ran through the gravel just in front of them. I think that was Ben Palmer.
Yes, and while we look at this battle, Jamie Rushworth is closing in on Wojciech Zawidovic.
The gap traffic, look at that.
The gap is now 0.3 seconds between Rushworth and Zawidovic, and Hoog's only half a second behind Rushworth. So this battle for the lead is definitely shaping up now.
That Graham Carroll who was caught up in all that, was he?
Yeah, and look at them now. They're closing in on Eckhart von Glan as we head up into clearways. Will von Glan get out of the way? The Kasia car hasn't moved out of the way yet, but now he does. Will it cause any issues for this lead free as we head down the straight?
In fact, it wasn't Graham Carroll. It was another Apex Racing TV car. I think it was Colin Steele. Graham Carroll isn't even here tonight. Yeah, von Glan gets out of the way, a bit wide into the gravel, and he's gone off. A bit of rally cross for Eckhart there. As yeah, where's Rushworth going to make the move, Adam? It's going to be, it's going to be a difficult one, really is.
Yeah, it looks like from what we've seen tonight, you're going to have to muscle your way through Surtees or try and get the move done into Druids out of Paddock Hill Bend. Let's have a look now as we head through Surtees and up towards Clearways. Jamie Rushworth still in second. Last time around, Stefan Hoog lapped 0.3 of a second quicker than Zawidovic. So Zawidovic might just starting to hold up Rushworth and Hoog. Maybe it's tyre wear playing a part already.
I see. Medium to fast corners on this Brands Hatch circuit, so the tyres are going to struggle. It could be around here. There's very little time, Adam, for them to cool off as such. There aren't any real straights on this track. Maybe one.
Yeah, and even that's almost a corner in itself. And as we head down towards the bottom straight through Graham Hill Bend now, they're closing in now on 2 more Kasia cars as we head. We've still got 11 laps to go. Nils
Jordan, one. And the other is David Brock.
So let's have a look at the lap times now. Yeah, I think it is. Andrew, you're right there. Look at them moving out of the way now. Well done, Kasia driver. You've managed to keep those top 3 together across the line. Zawidovic does a 46.4, Rushworth does a 46.5, and Hoog does another 46.4 as well. So they're lapping pretty much the same times. Now that's probably because they're so close together. It's probably going to have to be a mistake or an issue with traffic. Look at that. Oh, Rushworth nearly goes into the back of the Kasia car there. And as we head into Graham Hill, Ben Zawidovic is slightly balling advantage out now.
Yeah, a little bit, but a few laps ago, Adam, it looked like there was no chance whatsoever for Stefan Hoog in this race, but he's caught up slowly but surely, and he's there now with 10 laps to go. He might have a chance.
Yes, he is, and look at the traffic they're coming up onto now. I think that's Ben. I think it's David Baker. David Baker moving out of the way.
Gregory, I think it was Gregory Adams.
Yeah, Gregory.
Big damage for Gregory. Baker's actually 4th place.
Yeah, David Baker. Usually we see him in 6th, but he's up in 4th after the calamities at the start. So well done, David Baker at the moment in 4th place. Jamie Rushworth there putting a wheel into the gravel. That seems to be a touring car style line through Paddock Hill Bend. Through Druids now, he keeps closing up on Zawidovic at different parts of the circuit. As we came across the line the last time, Zawidovic did the fastest lap time out of the 3. He's trying to eke out that advantage so he can get that win. But Rushworth is definitely keeping him close for company here as we head into Clearways.
Yeah, with 8 laps to go, I'll just run down the top 10 very quickly. Wojciech Zawidovic leads, Jamie Rushworth 2nd, Stefan Hoog in 3rd, and David Baker 4th. He's 7 seconds behind the leader. And Dan Kraft is 5th, Russell Laidler 6th, Ben Palmer in 7th still. He's only 8 tenths ahead of Ashley Sutton, so we'll keep an eye on that. Jeroen Kaiser in 9th and Laura Bond 10th. Palmer still about a second in front of Sutton, but we'll see if he can stay there. It's going to be difficult. Yes,
Ashley Sutton's been lapping half a second quicker than he was. However, this time around they lap both the same time.
In fact, Adam, Laidler is now behind Palmer and Sutton. So Palmer up to 6th, Sutton 7th, and Laidler down to 8th.
Yeah, must have been a problem for Russell later. And look at Ben Palmer now trying to move his way through the traffic. That's the caution car there. And look, Sutton will have to try and get past him there.
Right in the way though, right in the way of Graham Hill Bend. Yeah, they make it through, but causing problems for the cars behind. Having to go this way and that, not giving a lot of room to catch a driver there.
Yeah, these midfield cars are definitely getting issues with the back markers. We didn't see that issue with the cars at the front, probably because they're battling for the lead and the back markers know that. But now they've got cars going this way and that of them. They don't know who's on the lead lap, who's not, and that's why it's causing so much chaos.
They see them coming as well, don't they? They see the leaders coming, and after that, you do sometimes mentally just switch off a little bit. And but around this track, Adam, it's so tight. It's very, very. You make one error of judgment, and it can be disastrous.
Yeah, and this is almost like a NASCAR track. You get out of the groove, make a mistake, and then it's very hard to get back into it. And I think one of the DTM drivers once referred to it as going through a washing machine for so many laps. And as we head out of Clearways, 6 laps to go. The gap remains pretty much the same at the front, and there's not many battles going on at the moment thanks to the back markers splitting the field up.
Hoog almost able to get the nose just inside the rear axle of Jamie Rushworth going through Druids, and he's getting ever closer. If anything, Hoog looks the more likely at this point.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to see any tyre drop off in these final 6 laps, or nearly 5 laps, because Hoog has definitely looked like he's been conserving his tyres, because he seems to be the quicker of the 3 cars as we come across the line. Let's see what lap times they do now. Across the line they go. Savidovic does a 46.6. Rushworth laps 2 tenths quicker than he does, and Stefan Hoog does a 46.5. So they're still lapping very, very similar lap times, so it's definitely going to be a mistake or tyres overheating that's going to keep this battle going.
5 laps to go, and still anybody's race. Davidovic has led from the green light, and if he can complete this victory, then it will be a nail in the coffin of Stefan Hoog, especially with only 5 rounds to go in the championship out after this one. The lead being over, it'll be well over 80 points. It's going to be very, very hard for anybody to overhaul him there.
Yeah, but there's always the unknown lottery of Bathurst, which is the next venue for the BSRTC. 4 laps to go, and Hoog's definitely getting close on Rushworth now. Quickly, we'll have a look at the people that are eligible for the reverse grid. We have 15th Linus Bostrom, 16th Aaron Gearing, 17th Matt Walker, 18th Joshua Rappoltz, who I think is the privateer for this evening, 19th Steve Walker, and in 20th place is Dan Blake. So those are the people that will be eligible for the race to pole, as the top 3 are now starting to close in on more back markers.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if they were going to actually. They may not get there. Let's have a look. Dan Blake 47.4 last time. Savidovic 46.5, so it may just be out of reach, but going to be very close. As one of the Laser Tools cars gets out of the way, I think that car was damaged. They're very early going. There's also, Adam, the lottery of the reverse grid as opposed to Bathurst, and you never know what those magic dice might throw up. It might be awful for these championship contenders.
Yeah, if they get a full 20, I think it's going to be very hard for these 3 to work their way through the field like they have done in the last few race meetings. We've seen some of them, in fact, win race 1 and race 2s on occasions. 3 laps to go. They managed to get past Robert Graham in the Laser Tools car without an issue. The next back marker they're coming up to, I believe, is either... I think it might be Dan Blake. Dan Blake, yeah, so 20th place. They're definitely working their way through the back markers tonight. 2 laps to go. It still looks even Stevens as they come across the line. Savidovic does a 46.6. Rushworth does a 46.5, and Hoog does a 46.4. And I think they're starting to close up now with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, they are indeed. And Savidovic, how appropriate that this first race, this Brands Hatch meeting here in the BSRTC, is down to the 3 championship contenders to see who wins it. We could see some fireworks, Adam. They may just have been playing with us up to this point. We might get a good battle for the win, and we'll see, because there's back markers in the way, there's traffic. These guys are coming up on 3 lapped cars now. It'll be whoever can negotiate the traffic the best that could win this race.
Yeah, Wojciech Savidovic and Adeko Lopez last season had an epic battle on the final lap, which resulted in Lopez crashing out I don't think that's going to happen tonight though. Last lap, Dan Blake, get out of the way. Final lap, this is surely going to hold up Rushworth as we head into Paddock Hill Bend. They're right with Savidovic now as we head through to Drews. This could be Rushworth's chance. Savidovic closes the inside line.
Savidovic almost has to dive bomb Dan Blake there. Does Blake even know that these guys are fighting for the win? Hook's connection looking a little bit shaky as now they're going to have to all try and go through in Graham Hill Bend. Blake, get out of the way, man.
Oh, Rushworth's going to have a run on him. Rushworth's going to have a run as we head into 30s. This is going to be mega close. Dan Blake, blimey. He's
pushing him through.
Into clearways. Hook pushes Rushworth. Rushworth surely going to have the move not done. I think Savidovic has got the race won now.
Well, I think so. It's not quite over yet, but we'll see as he comes to the line. Wojciech Savidovic is going to win this race at Brands Hatch. He's going to take round 25.
Wow. Well, I wonder what Wojciech will have to say to Dan Blake.
I think I've got a good idea of what he's going to say to him if he catches him. I think he's actually going to refrain from that. But David Baker comes over in fourth. Adam, good effort from him.
Yeah, and of course, I think the reason why he didn't do anything to Dan Blake is that Dan Blake's still got another lap to do. So, yeah, he definitely doesn't want to ruin his race. Yeah, David Baker, another fantastic job for him. We haven't seen him the last few race meetings, so back up there in fourth place, another good job by him.
I'll be honest, I have absolutely no idea what Dan Blake was doing, but however, it didn't affect the outcome. Technically, did it? So, I suppose there was no harm done, but Vidovic very nearly had the win taken away from him.
Well, let's have a look at the rest of the results then as they come across the line. Dan Craft's in 5th for Engine Oils Direct. Ashley Sutton, after that issue at the start, has now got back up to 6th place. Russell Lader, his CQR teammate, was 7th with Ben Palmer 8th, Kaiser 9th and Laura Bond in 10th, and rounding out the top 20 in 11th place is Dan Hunt. 12th place, Robert Plumley. 13th is Julian Janowski. 14th is Richard Wild. 15th, Aaron Gearing. That'll be taking points away from Ben Gregory in the Pro-Am standings. 16th is Linus Bostrom. 17th, Matt Walker. 18th, Josh Rappolt. 19th, Steve Walker. And in 20th place, Dan Blake.
Indeed. So if Dan Blake gets the reverse grid pole, Adam Allwell can break loose there.
I don't understand. I don't understand what he's doing.
Relative on? Not pressed F3?
I can understand if he was battling with Steve Walker, who was about a second up the road, but he wasn't. So, well, it made the final few laps definitely exciting for us in the booth.
Yeah, I mean, three cars separated by 0.3 of a second, which is pretty good. Also, good effort from Ashley as well, Adam, after he came through after a little mishap at the start.
Yeah, because we saw at Silverstone, he had a drive-through penalty for jumping the start, and after that he managed to work his way through the field and gained about 20 or so positions. You can't do that here. He dropped to about 14th place after that issue, and then he managed to get back to only 6th. So I think that shows you how tight this Brands Hatch Indy circuit is. Yeah,
and no doubt we're going to see some more tight racing in race 2, which is going to be helped by the reverse grid. I bring Alex Simpson in from the production truck, so to speak. Alex, welcome.
Yep, hello guys.
Hello, mate. Did you enjoy that race?
Yeah, it was good. Good job my microphone was muted in that last lap, I have to say.
Oh dear. You've got the magic dice ready there, Alex. Anything could happen in this reverse grid, couldn't it, in the second race?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's take a quick look. Right, my usual 3 rolls. And now for the final position, 15th.
So Aaron Gearing goes on to pole position. That will help his Pro-Am standings, and he'll be joined on the front row by Richard Wild, with Julian Janowski 3rd, Robert Plumley in 4th, and Dan Hunt in 5th. So the reverse grid only doing 15. We do have the choice of doing 16, 17, 18, 19 or 20, but only 15 cars will be reversed. That will be happy news for Wojciech Savidovic, Rushworth and Hoog.
Yeah, it's not the first time either we've seen a Lugnuts car on pole on a reverse grid race, is it? So I think Gearing's going to be ecstatic about that. So we'll see how he goes. He just beat his teammate into 15th by 0.8 of a second, and Linus must be a little bit annoyed with that. But I think it's the first time, Adam, this season as well, that we've only reversed 15.
Yeah, and also, it's put a Pro-Am drive onto pole position. Could we see our first Pro-Am victory? We could have got it in Spa, but the 2 Pro-Am people at the front took each other out. I think we are in with a good shout of a first Pro-Am victory.
No other. Is there any other Pro-Am drivers in the top 10? Is Ben Palmer an Am driver?
Yes, Ben Palmer is an AM driver as well, I do believe. Actually, no, I don't think he is. He's not on my top 10 in the ES standings. Matt Walker is a ES driver. He's sadly missed out on the reverse grid. We'll recap the ES standings in the next race.
All right, and we will see you very, very shortly, as it's a quick turnaround here at Brands Hatch. So we're back in about 10 minutes, I think, for round 26. So Wojciech Savidovic takes the win, and Aaron Gearing is on pole. Join us again shortly.